Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving the gift so that I can make a video seminar on this thesis research proposal. Before starting, I would like to thank to Mr. Roni Faslah as the coordinator of the study program, Mr. Puji Wahono, and Mr. Christian Wiranti as the thesis supervisor who has guided me all this time. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Fitria Wiranti from the Bachelor of Office Administration Education 2019 at State University of Jakarta. Today, I will present a thesis research proposal report entitled The Effect of Self-Efficacy and Social Support on Academic Stress of Students at 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. The following are my thesis supervisors, namely Dr. Puji Wahono SAMSE as Supervisor 1 and Dr. Christian Wiranti SAMM as Supervisor 2. I will discuss Chapter 1 Introduction Background of the problem is academic stress in students in Indonesia has increased since the spread of COVID-19. This phenomenon can be proven through research data quoted from Kuiper Campus in 2020. As many as 36.9% of students experience moderate stress. At the wake level reaches a percentage of 10.6% and the remaining 0.8% of students experience very severe stress. Next, I will explain in more detail some problems due to academic stress felt by students, including first, academic stress experienced by students in learning can hinder the fulfillment of student developmental tasks. Second, students who experience academic stress can make them lose motivation to study, fail in learning, be hampered in competency development, and decrease learning achievement. And third, some physical or emotional symptoms appear and can even encourage the emergence of negative behavior as a form of diverting discomfort due to perceived stress. Negative behaviors that can appear such as smoking, drug, or drinking alcohol. Therefore, based on the background of the problems and phenomena previously described, academic stress is very interesting to study by relating factor of self-efficacy and social support. Next, you can see in the graph on the right that there are several factors that affect academic stress, namely self-efficacy, hardiness, academic procrastination, social support, learning motivation, time management, and self-regulation. Based on observation and pre-research that has been carried out, researchers conclude that self-efficacy and social support factor obtained the highest order of factor that influence academic stress in students and became variable in the study. Then the formulation of the problem and the purpose of this study is, first, to analyze the direct effect of self-efficacy on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. Second, to analyze the direct influence of social support on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. Third, to analyze the direct influence of self-efficacy and social support on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. Some literature reviews from some previous researchers. First, self-efficacy variables from Maddox 2020. Self-efficacy is the belief that one has the ability to coordinate both abilities and skill to achieve an intended goal in a certain domain or situation. Second, social support variables from Haley et al. 2020 define perceived social support as having somebody to suggest help when such assistance is needed. And the last, stress academic variables from Olechnik and Hosu 2007 describe academic stress as a response that arises due to many demands and tasks that students have to do. Variable indicators. Each variable is divided into several indicators. First, self-efficacy from Umbara and Sudihartini 2020 divided into 3 indicators, namely level, generality, and strength. For social support from Afia Nurfadila 2022 divided into 4 indicators, namely emotional support, word support, instrumental support, and information support. And then for academic stress from Damayanti and Masito 2020 divided into 4 indicators, namely psychological, behavior, cognitive, and emotional. The formulation of the problem, literature review, and previous research that has been presented. The hypotheses proposed in this study are as follows. First, hypothesis is there is a negative influence of self-efficacy on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School Jakarta. In other words, the higher the level of self-efficacy, the lower the student academic stress will be. Second, hypothesis is there is a negative influence of social support on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School Jakarta. In other words, the higher the social support, the lower the student academic stress will be. And the last, third, hypothesis is there is a negative influence of self-efficacy and social support on academic stress in students of 46 Vocational High School Jakarta. In other words, the higher the level of self-efficacy and social support, the lower the level of academic stress experienced by students. A constellation of relationship between can be seen the image on the right side. The following are some of the results of previous studies related to the effect of self-efficacy and social support on academic stress. This is done as a comparison of whether there are similarities or differences with previous researchers and as reference material for researchers. First, self-efficacy from Montana 2021 with the title of the study, Students' Academic Stress, Stress Response and Academic Burnout, Mediating Role of Self-Efficacy. The result of the study found that there is a negative and significant relationship between self-efficacy and academic stress. Second, for social support from Aza et al. 2019, the result of the study found that the social support has a significant negative contribution to student academic stress. And then the last, for academic stress from Arum and Wibawanti 2023, the result of the study found that there is a significant association with the negative direction between self-efficacy and social support with academic stress. Next, Chapter 3, Research Methodology. First, Time and Place Research. The timing of this study was carried out by a researcher from October 2022 to February 2023. Researchers chose this time span based on the most effective time consideration so that it can make it easier for researchers in conducting research. In addition, the research was carried out in conjunction with the implementation of Teaching Activity Practice or PKM in 46 Vocational High School Jakarta, which ended in December 2022. Then, research design. The method used in this study is a quantitative approach using the survey method, and the data used in this study is primary data, namely data collected directly by researchers by distributing questionnaires to respondents through Google Form, where the results are then processed through SPSS software. Next slide, population and sample. The population in this study was all students at 46 Vocational High School Jakarta, which amounted to 500 students. In determining the number of samples, the study will use the Slovene formula and obtain a sample of 2022 students. And then data analysis techniques. Data processing in this study used the SPSS program using several analytical techniques, namely test analysis requirements, test classical assumptions, multiple linear regression analysis, and a hypothesis test. Well, that's the thesis research proposal report that I can present. Sorry if there are mistakes, and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.